Hello everybody, welcome back, it's me Major Graft, and today we are going to be doing the third and final part of our massive Colosseum tutorial. Yes, people have been asking, and don't worry, I haven't forgotten. Today we are going to be doing the pillars, the staircases, and some of the detailing, although not all of it, because frankly, I would like to let you do some of that fun stuff for yourself. So, yeah, if you're enjoying this, if you want to see more of these kind of tutorials, please do hit subscribe, hit like on the video, and with that said, let's get on with it. Just very quickly before we start actually building, I'm going to show you what exactly we are working on today. And as you can see, inside here are these pillars that make this feel more structural to take on the weight of all of this stone. And we have this outer ring here of pillars, as you can see, with the light grey terracotta that we're holding in our hand, and they go all the way up from level 1, level 2 and level 3, and then they go right the way through the building. And then behind that there are these inner ring of supports that we've done in the cut sandstone, and they go right round, and here they hold up the stairs as well. Now, one little thing to note: on this tutorial I am not going to be showing how to do the curved staircase. It's a major headache to build, let alone to explain how to build to someone else. So I will be leaving the world download in the description below for you to come and have a look if you want to do that exact staircase. I have made a slightly simplified version, which we will show you over here. We're just going to go with a straightforward right angle staircase here, just like that, which works just as well, brings you out to roughly the same place, and for my money, you might as well do it the simple way if you're going to do it anyway. So that's what we're doing today. Now, I've attempted to make this as easy as possible so that we don't have lots of things to remember, and I've figured out that there are only actually 5 spots that you need to know in order to do every single position on this lower level, and we're going to start off with 3 clustered here. So if you can remember, we labelled our arches with numbers, so we're going to 1, 2, 3, and then the pillar to the outside of 3 here, and we're going to work off the back of it here. You can see right in the middle, and we're going to be counting and making this shape here. We've got 2 of the outer pillars and then the 1 inner pillar. Ooh, that was a mouthful over there. So we're simply going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to here. Then we're going to take a left turn and do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 we're going to place that terracotta block. And once you've done that, we're going to turn the opposite way back down to the right and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and on 11 we're going to place the smooth sandstone. So that's those first 2, and then just to get that third one, we'll come back here, and this time we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and place that there, and you should have this shape here. So once you've done that on one side, it's just like every other time we've done something on this tutorial. We're going to go around to the next point, and this time we're going to count that way round. So arch 1, arch 2, arch 3, and then the outer pillar, and this time we're going to do the same thing but mirrored the other way round. So when we count 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, this time instead of going left, we're going to go right and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and place our block, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 for our sandstone there. And then when we come back here, we can count 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And that gives you the entire of 1/4 of the pillars. So if you can imagine, once you've done that on one side, we are just duplicating that over on that quadrant, and that quadrant, and then you've got in total, what's that, 6 per quarter, so 24 pillars marked out there. And then the last 2 that are going to go, well, the last 4 really, we're going to come round to archway number 1 here, and off the back of each side, so we're going to do it that side and this side, we're going to come here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1 out. And then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 1 out for the inner there. So you can see that's, what was it, 8 and 19? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yes, 8 and 19. So if we were to do it this side, we were obviously going to go out, up and out that way, because we're mirroring this. So let's do it here quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 out for that. And then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 1 out for our cut sandstone. And that should be exactly right. So there you go. So that's another 4. Now, the inner pillars are largely quite simple. These sandstone ones, I've made them different colours just so that we can keep track of which one's an inner pillar and which one's an outer pillar. But any that sandstone like this, we've got 1, 2, 3, and so on. They're going to go all the way up. We're just going to put the basic post in like that, all the way to the top. And once they're done, they are only on this first ground floor, because once you get past that, if we look above here, there isn't the room. That effectively looks as if it's holding this wall up, although it's slightly out here, but it looks like that, does the job. So we only need to do the inner layer on the ground floor, and we're going to make this one go up as well, and this one goes there and looks like it's holding up that big staircase. So that's the inner ones done. Now the outer ones, these are going to go all the way up. Now we're going to focus on, so we've got inside the staircases and outside the staircases. So we're going to look at these outside the staircases ones first, because they're a little bit more straightforward. We are going to go all the way up here, but when we get to a ceiling, we are going to knock out a hole and keep going all the way up. And then we should meet here, just on the edge of this mezzanine that you remember we put in at the end of the last episode. So it looks as if it's holding that up and supporting it, and then we can come up above it and carry on all the way up to there, and that's the full height of the stretch all the way up. And this looks as if it's holding the weight of this wall here. We're thinking structurally as if this was a real building. If there is a whole weight of that stone, something needs to be underneath it holding it up. So those pillars act to hold up the mezzanine first of all, and then look as if they're holding up the inner wall of the Colosseum. So once you've done one, you just do the same thing all the way around. We're going to do the second one here, just to do that one more time, just to give you the idea. Pop a hole in it, keep going all the way up, and then all the way up here, and then that is where that one lives. And that's basically, that's your 3 here, which you're going to mirror there, and so on all the way around. And then for your inner ones, now we've done the one that holds up the stairs. This one here is ever so slightly different, and I'll show you now. So we're going to start off in the same way. We're going to build it up, we're going to pop a hole in, and we're going to come up here and keep going until we hit the mezzanine, but there we are going to stop. We're not going to make it carry on to that next level, and there is a reason for that, which I will show you over on the finished version. What happens is, when this comes up here, it meets with the staircase that leads up to the top layer. So what we've done is we've just moved this just a few to the side. So if you can see, it goes bum, 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 and then comes off to the side and then goes up. So we'll put that in when we're building the staircases, but that's why that is slightly different. Now that we've got those pillars in, well, they're posts really at the moment, aren't they? We need to start to make them look a bit more pillar-like by putting the bases and the tops to them to make them look a bit more sturdy and a bit more column-like. So I will show you my design. Feel free to tweak this. Obviously, you don't need to use the same blocks that I'm using. You don't need to use the same shapes that I'm using, but I will show you what I did and you can work from that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the chiseled sandstone and just go all the way around the base here in a ring of 8 like that. Super simple. And then what we're going to do down here is we're going to take these slabs and we're going to put them at each of the 4 points, like, well, the four faces, if you like. And then we're going to go one up, and this time we're going to do just the four like that. And once we've done that, we are going to pop on a stair block on top of each, and that's it. That is your basic design for the bottom. And now for the top is almost the same, except it's not quite so bulky. We've made the bottom ones the most bulky, so all we're going to do is we're going to go straight to our chiseled blocks and do 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we're going to fill in the corners with slabs like this, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we're going to take our steps and we're going to put upside down stairs on each of the chiseled sandstone like so, and that's the design done. Now obviously all you need to do is replicate that on there and on there, and that's your bottom pillars done. Oh, and obviously on this one as well. I also chose to do the same basic design for the inner pillars as well, so that's just a case of copying the same design all over again. We'll just show you one more time. So we're going to put in the chisels there, we're going to put in the slabs there like so, and then we're going to put one more chiseled in like so, and then we're going to pop in the stairs. Easy peasy, just like that. You see how quick that was? And then for the top we do the same as we did the last time. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 and 4. We're going to fill in the corners with the slabs, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we're going to come in with the upside down stairs, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there you go, that's your inner pillar. Now you can go ahead and do all of the other pillars in just the same way, except for this one. This one is obviously ever so slightly different because it sits underneath the stairs and supports them. So you can do the base the exact same way, but we're going to have to do the top of the column in a slightly different design. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to just leave that and just come straight up here. We're going to go, actually no, let's finish it off because it will probably make it easier to understand. So let me pop them in first. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. There we go. So we're going to count 3 up, and then we're going to put in the the upside down stairs there, and then here I'm going to just bob out one of them and pop that in there so that it looks like it's holding it up. What I also did as well is take one either side and put in those there like that. It just made it look a little bit more substantial, so as if that was holding that up. So that's it. Now clearly you're not going to be able to do that one until you've actually put in the steps. So that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to show you how and where to position this staircase. And again, obviously, block choice entirely up to you. I used these when it was first built in survival because obviously they are super easy blocks to get hold of. If you want to do it with fancy blocks, you go ahead. So to make sure that we position this right, we're actually going to start from the top because it's much easier to see where we're building. Now obviously I've made one side, we're going to make the other side on camera so that you can see how I did it. So where the post of this entrance comes down, we're going to knock out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that, and that's where we're going to start. And then we want to take this out all the way to there, to the end of that wall. That shows you how much we need to take out really quite easily. So we're just going to bob that out now, and we can then start making our stairs, which just from looking at them I'm sure you can figure out this is very straightforward. We're just going to do slabs and then slabs and then slabs all the way down, and we're going to do 9 layers of this. So that's 2, this is the 3rd layer, and so on all the way down until you've done 9 steps. So there we have it, that's 9 steps. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this 9th step, what we're going to do is we're going to use that, but we're going to turn it into a square flat surface of 5 by 5. So we're going to bring that out by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're just going to fill that in. That just makes the corner of our staircase as it turns to face the front of the building. And you will be thoroughly unsurprised to know that we're just then going to go onto those 5 there, and then just work away at the same pattern all the way down until we hit the ground floor. And folks, that's essentially it. That is the staircase. All we need to do now is do the sides of the staircase so people don't accidentally fall off the side. Makes it look a bit more substantial. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here, and you see where these 3 blocks are here. We're just going to continue them. So we're going to take out the red terracotta, and we're going to come all the way to there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to carry it on one more and bring it around and make a frame of sorts, a balcony there, so that people don't accidentally come to here and then fall off and onto the staircase, because that would be terrible building design, wouldn't it? So once that's done, then we can come underneath and look at either side of these staircases, and we're going to put in 2 blocks there and 2 blocks there, and then we're going to come 2 out and then 2 down, 2 out, 2 down, 2 out, 2 down, and then once we get to this level, we can just carry it on all the way around and out, and then we get to here, we put 1 more in, and then we're going to go bump, bump. So it's hiding the grey, so you'll know if you've done it right, because when you look at the side you won't see any of the grey of the slabs. So we're going to come in and do 2 and 2, out 2, down 2, out 2, down 2, out 2, down 2, and out 2. And that is it. That's one side done. Really simple. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. But what we're going to do is we're going to take out this line of the stone first, all the way around, because we're going to put a little bit of a lining in there. There we go. So that just gives us space to then pop in a block there, and then we can go 2 out, 2 down, 2 out, 2 down, 2 out, 2 down, like that. And once we come to this layer, we're going to go 1 more down here and then start the pattern all over again. So 2 out, 2 down, 2 out, 2 down, 2 out, 2 down, 2 out, 2 down, and 2 out, and that's it. That is your staircase finished. It just means that you're quite unlikely to accidentally fall off either side there, like that. And it looks nice from the outside as well. And obviously you will have that support here. You could maybe even put in another small support here if you wanted it to look really structural and realistic. You would probably have something underneath here. That's up to you. If you want, you can make your own design based off of that and put that extra support in. Now the last thing we have to do is take some upside down stairs, and we're going to come in here and we're going to line this here just to make it look like it's finished off a bit like a cornice. In fact, I think I popped in a full block there because it just makes that nice extra little bit of detail, and then there, and then we're going to go all the way around and finish off there, so that then when we're moving down here we don't see the stone, we just see the sandstone, and it looks a bit prettier and neater and finished off. Now you will notice that here things may look a little bit messy or messier. You can sort that out any way you like. You can put an extra slab in just to tidy that up, or whatever you want. You can put an extra bit of stone in if you want. You can play away. I'm not going to show you exactly how to detail every little nook and cranny here. You can do some of that for yourself, but that is the first staircase. So now we've got the next staircase, which is the staircase that comes from the first floor here up to this mezzanine. And again, we're going to start from the top and work our way down because it is slightly easier. We're going to come from this doorway here, and we're going to count the 6 stone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to knock the rest out there, and we're going to make it 5 wide like this. So that should be centered. You can see there if you check. Yeah, nice and centered. Lovely. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put in our first row of stairs like that. Now I've just popped that out and popped in some sandstone there just to neaten it up. And then we're going to do 3 sets of steps. So you're going to come down here and put your upside downs in, and then do number 2, put your upside downs in, and 3 like this. And then what we're going to do is we are going to put in the next layer down, I suppose we need to put the upside downs in here just to make it look right. And there we go. But we're not going to put the 4th set in there. We're going to change over to any kind of blocks. It really doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to see these. I'm going to do 4 rows, and it should come out almost to the window. 1 block away from the window here. And once we've done that, we are just going to come in here and carry on the stairs all the way down. So we're going to this time do 4 sets. So put them in the right way, come in and put the upside down in, put them the right way, do the upside down, and then we're going to put them the right way. That's the 3, and then 4. And to make it look nice, because I don't like it doing that because it looks a bit weird, we're going to just sneak in underneath like so and pop them in, and that is the essential staircase. And obviously once you've done it one side, you're going to mirror it over to the other side here so that it goes in a T-shape, down and out either way. Just like the last staircase, we need to make these safe so people don't fall off the sides, so they need the sides putting on them. So we're really simply just going to come down in a zigzag like so. Here it's going to come down 2 and then just follow in that zigzag shape. Super simple like that. And then on the other side we are going to put in a line here from the top step to the top step, and then put 1 more in above it like that, so that when you're here you don't walk off the edge and fall out of the building again, which would be super silly. And once you've done that, then you can just come in and do your 1 out, 1 down, 1 out, 1 down, 1 out, 1 down, 1 out, and that finishes it off. And obviously again mirror it the other side, and that is the next staircase complete. And if you did it right earlier and got all your pillars in the right place, you should have a pillar here, and although I didn't do it, another one on this side here. And we just need to know how to decorate these pillars here, slightly simpler than the ones below. We're just going to do a ring around there. We're going to do on each side, we're going to do a slab, and then we're going to straight away finish off with the stairs like that. And then above at the top, simpler again. What we're going to do is we are just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this time we're just going to put the slabs in there and be finished. Now obviously that one sitting 1 out, what I would do is just fill that in 1, and that just makes it look right. Oh, we missed a slab, silly old me. There we go, and that is your next pillar. So we have 1 more staircase to complete now that takes us from this level here up to that top layer there, up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand at the top of our staircase here. We're going to look at this stone here to help us position correctly. We're going to count 2 stone and put a cut sandstone there, and then 3 stairs along, and then a cut sandstone, and that's where our steps are going to go. This time they're a bit smaller again. Each time we go up a layer, the stairs go a little smaller, and then we're going to come in and we're going to 3 steps up like so. So that's 1, 2, and that's 3 there. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, and here we're going to flatten that out. Really doesn't matter what block, but we're going to do a grid of 3 by 3 there like so. And then this time we're going to go 4 sets of steps up. So that's 1, and then 2, and 3. And obviously at this point we need to break through to put in number 4, which gets us to the right level. And don't forget to come in and finish that off so that it looks nice. You will need to take out enough here so that you've got headroom so that you don't bang your head when you come down here. Once again we are going to line the outside of this, and we are going to put the outside edges to our staircase here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go like this. And when we get to here, so it's 2, then 3, then 3, and then 2 at this layer, and I'm just going to go like that out to there, and then we're going to do the same. It gets a little bit tricky, a little bit cramped in here once you get to this spot, but essentially what you've done there is you've made it so that no one can fall off the outside, and then we're going to come in here and just fill them in. So 3, 3, and then we bump up against that there and fill that in, so that goes in a diagonal. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's going to go up one more, 1, 2, 3, and then fill it in, and that is your sides done. And then what I did was I took this out all the way to the same level as here, you can see. So the outer edge is where the hole, for want of a better word, ends. And then I used, just straight away, I went in with stairs. Not on that one, I'm just putting a full block in there, and then upside down stairs. Take out the stone like so, all the way around. Really simple replacement job like so. Oh my goodness me, I'm not doing very well here, am I? Okay, well, we can fix that in a second. And there we go. So then that looks somewhat finished. I didn't put a railing here. I suppose if you wanted to be super realistic, you could, because someone could fall down there. It's not a big deal. What happens is if you put in blocks there, it means that it's very hard for anyone walking on this level to get around like that. So it didn't seem to make sense, and I think it looked okay that way. Now we only have one more pillar to put in. If you remember, I said earlier that this pillar stopped here and then we went outward slightly. Now that we've put these stairs in, we can figure out the position of our last small pillar here. And it's really quite simple. Let's go over to our half finished job here, and we're going to go to the foot of these stairs here, and we're just going to go from there, one across, like that, to there. And it's just going to sit there. We're going to put the pillar itself in, and then we're going to do the detailing. So we're going to put full blocks in like that. We're going to put, no, there. We're going to put slabs in like that, and then we're going to put stairs in like that. You will probably want to put one under there, and then at the top, all I did was just straight away just use the stair blocks on their own. If we did any more, it looked a bit too chunky, and that was it. So obviously, once you've done that, that's all of your pillars in. I know I've only done one of each, but you should be able to figure out, if you follow my instructions, put the outer ones up first, then put the inner ones down there, and then come over to here and put these outer ones in there, and then the inner ones holding the stairs up, and then finally finish off with those ones there, and you should find you've got all the pillars in, all detailed, and it looks all right. Oh, and I did forget one little detail. We also need a railing here so that people don't fall off the mezzanine and down a layer. That is really simple. All I did was get a fence. Let's use a dark oak, why not? Anything really goes here, and you can see here at the moment we've got not a solid circle. You see how it goes diagonally there, so all I did was fill in all of those first. If you haven't done that already, maybe you've already done that. If you have, well done. And it's that simple, and once you've done that, all I did was take a solid block, cut sandstone, chisel, whichever you like, and we're going to come here and we're going to do fence, 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 and then when we come to a corner, pop a solid block in, and then go fence, 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 and pop a solid block in, and then you can move around your pillar, and then we start again. So fence, and then there's a corner, and then we get 2 this time, and then a corner, and then a 1, and then a corner, and then so on all the way around the circle. And just by following that very simple pattern, you will find that you'll then have a nice balustrade, a nice balcony effect there. I like the fences because they allow you to see through a little bit more. When you're up here, you get to see the view a bit more. If you put all solid blocks, it becomes a bit too solid a barrier. Now, that's it, folks, for all of the essential elements to this build. There are a few things that I have not covered in this tutorial. I've not covered lighting. Honestly, at the time, it was, for me, all torches and some of the glowstone in places covered with the trapdoors. That was several versions ago in, I think, 1.14. There are loads more options now, so go ham. You decide how you want to light this thing up. You will need a lot of lighting, but you can have fun and use your creativity with that one. Also, I have not covered the internal decorations in here. Obviously, this is stone at the moment. In the real thing, it is sandstone or sand to give it the appropriate texture. So I have not talked about how to detail that. I think that's something that you can do for yourselves. Again, the link to the download will be in the description below, so if you really want to come in and copy this block for block, it is here. I put these 4 pillars in, link them up to these slightly fantastical shades here, and you can come in and copy that, or you can do your own thing. We also put in this in the middle. At the time of the original server, this actually had redstone that when you flicked it, it brought up barriers in each of the entrances, so you couldn't get back out. That's not currently working because I didn't pull it in with World Edit, but you can go ahead and either copy me or you can do your entire own design. The lighting as well, I did put big flaming braziers here, which you can feel free to do or put in your own thing instead. But that's it, guys. As the sun sets and the moon rises on our wonderful Colosseum, I am really hoping that you found that useful, that you've been able to make your own Colosseum, and I would love to see some of your efforts. You can find me, send them to me on my email on the back end of my channel. I would love to see what you've managed to come up with. Thank you to everyone who stuck it through to the very end. Amazing work. And also comment below any other builds that you'd like to see. Obviously, this is my first big build tutorial, and if you guys like it, I am quite happy to start doing some more. So ideas in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one.